Hi everyone, my name is Sophia. You might recognize me from last year's wellness videos on hiking in Niagara. I'm going to be showing you a few different spots to hike again this year. But first, I would like to introduce you to my newest hiking partner, Willow. Willow is a 7-month-old Australian Shepherd Blue Heeler. She's going to be a great addition to all of my hiking again this year. First video, I would like to show you how to prep your dog for the trails. The first thing I want to talk about is a few things you need to consider before bringing your dog on the trails. And the first thing is age. So even though you can see Willow has lots of energy, we still have to be careful on how long we're taking her hiking because she is still growing. So because she is 7 months old, the typical rule is that you bring your pup out for sustained physical activity for 5 minutes per month they are old. So because she's 7 months old, she can go for 35 minutes, and we're going to make sure that we keep it to that limit. Also, if you have an older dog, you need to be cautious of that as well. The other thing that I want to point out is different health concerns. So if your dog has any specific health concerns, make sure you bring them to the vet to get checked before you're bringing them on any difficult trails, and make sure they have all their vaccines just to make sure that your pup is protected against anything you might encounter on the trip. It's also important that when you're bringing your pup on the trails that you have the right gear. The first thing you will need is a good harness. A harness is important because it doesn't slip off as easily as a normal collar. The next thing you're going to need is a good leash. There's lots of different styles you could choose from, so it's really just personal preference. And it's important that you're keeping them on the leash at all times while you're on the trail. This is for safety purposes if you come across a biker, another hiker, or another dog. And then also it's important to maintain the ecosystem, that your dog isn't going off the trails all the time. Also, to maintain the ecosystem, you want to make sure you have poop bags. You could get ones that clip on the end of your leash. I personally think that I don't have as much control when it's on there, so I just keep it in my pocket. When I'm on the trails, I also like to wear a fanny pack with some treats in it so that it's a fun experience for your puppy. You could do lots of training while you're on the trails, and it's also a good way to maintain their attention. If there's any distractors on the trail, that you could put them sit down into a position where you are in the most control. Next thing you should bring is a dog water bottle, because your dog, just like you, is going to get thirsty on the trails, and you always want to make sure you have a source of clean water that they can drink. Now you have all the information to bring your pup out on the trails. We hope to see you there.